Hi guys, and welcome. In this video, I'm gonna be showing a Fanatec Shifter mod that I've worked on. It's still in prototype stage, but I thought I'd make one of these videos and show you guys what my project's been all about. What we got here is basically a Fanatec universal hub and attached to it, it's a custom 300mm QSP racing rim. I've used this rim in the sim racing games quite a bit. You can see the Alcantara is actually wearing off right now, and it's still got plenty miles to go until I have to replace it, I guess. But anyways, I guess most of you are wondering what the hell is this great thing in the back, and that's basically one of the early versions of my of the shifters that I've been making for the last couple of weeks. And what I'll show you right now is basically how the whole shifter goes on together onto this universal hub. So original shifter comes with a bunch of parts like these. It's quite a complex design. I always wondered why Fanatec hasn't gone the magnetic type of design like some of the shifters you've seen out there, like some of the mods. Basically, I basically disassembled the whole thing, and all we've got left is the main support with the micro switch right here, and that's held with 2 screws straight into the universal hub. So this is one of the stoppers that go on there, and then you can control the throw with this little screw. And not to go too much detail with the shifter, but there's your little paddle, and then that's the main arm for the paddle shifter. And it's quite a lot of parts. There's actually another part that goes with it, but I don't need to show you all that stuff for now. So on just to tell you, like on the Christmas, during the Christmas, I bought myself a 3D printer, like as a Christmas present for myself, I guess. And I didn't really know much about 3D printers, didn't know what to really expect from them. But ever since I got it, I've been kind of thinking of different projects, different ideas, what I could do to improve my sim racing equipment. And I mean, I'm sure some of you have seen this paddle shifter mod on other like rims and direct drive wheels and stuff. It's basically what it does. It uses 2 magnets on each side, and that basically pulls the shifter back into position. And all I basically did is measured the whole original shifter and took all the measurements, matched it with the existing shifter with the some of the tolerances and all that stuff. And so this here is basically one of my early designs of the shifter, and what I didn't like is it sticks out quite a bit. I mean, the actual shifter works great, but it just sticks out quite a bit. So I'll show you this is probably version 3 of the shifter. It's still not a final version, but it's pretty close to the final thing. And I'll just put it all together just to show you how much simpler this thing is versus the original design. So anyways, I mean, like I said, I got this idea from the previous mods that people did with the magnets. The whole idea of the magnet is just, again, to get that more tactile feel to it. And it's quite a simple design. There's no spring. The original design of the Fanatec shifter uses the wire spring, which is fine. The actual shifter works fine. I didn't do this because my shifter failed or anything. I'm not trying to bash Fanatec products or anything like that. But I don't know. I just got these ideas, and I thought I'd take my stab at it and find a way of improving the shifter design. So like I said, yeah, the original shifter has the wire spring. It feels fine, but the tactile feel of it is not all that great. It's just basically a wire spring, so it's a little mushy, and there's no like real click from it that you feel through the hands or anything like that. And it has that compressive feel, which is nothing spectacular. But I mean, it works. It works fine. I mean, I've used this wheel for probably 3 years now, maybe more, and never had many issues with it. So, anyways, so let's just put this thing together so you guys can see what I've been working on. So basically, here's the shifter itself. Oh, there's the camera. It's in two pieces. Like this paddle is actually printed separately, and then there's the actual arm itself. And what I use, it's gray, but the final product is gonna be black plastic. This is just the filament that I have currently. It's just a regular PLA filament. And I don't know, to zoom in, I don't know if this camera is gonna, but I haven't really touched anything. I haven't done any finishing touches to this print. It's just, this is straight out of the printer. So yeah, you gotta excuse my webcam and the terrible quality, but anyways, the surprising thing what I found out is when I got the 3D printer is that how rigid the actual PLA plastic is, and that's basically the cheapest one you can buy when you're 3D printing stuff. The more stronger alternatives are usually ABS, and then they even have now strong PLAs and stuff like that. I'm just basically learning more and more about 3D printers as I go along. But this stuff is really, really rigid. There's hardly any, there's absolutely no flex in this thing. And if it actually flexes, it will probably break before it actually flex. So it's not as brittle, but it's just really, I honestly did not expect it to be this strong. So for this kind of mod, I think it works great. But I mean, for the final product, I'll definitely, for final design, I'll definitely pick the stronger plastic, and it's gonna be black, obviously. The gray doesn't really kind of go together with this. But anyways, yeah, so this is two pieces that are printed. It's the paddle itself is separated. I basically slide it on. It's like a perfect fit, and then I just put a dab of small drop of super glue, and that basically just holds it. It's not going anywhere. There's no flex, there's nothing, there's absolutely zero play in it. And so I printed in here, I don't know if you can see, but there's a little slot for one of the magnets. So, and then there's the main, where the main shaft of the shifter goes through. So anyway, so this basically goes in here. I'll try to make it closer. And then there's a little pin that goes through the main. Let's probably go from this side. I've actually not prepped for this, as you can tell. It's the first time I'm doing these sort of videos. So you're gonna have to be patient with me. But anyways, yeah, so this goes in there. Just like that. And now the whole shifter is basically more or less fixed. There's hardly any play right now as is. And then there's this little, I don't know what you call it, like, in English, I forget what that's called. But basically, this goes back on the actual shaft and then prevents it from coming out. I'm not going to bother putting that in right now. But anyways, just for this video, to kind of simplify things. So there's the shifter, and then this is the other side of it. So again, that's where the second magnet goes. And again, maybe I can show you the, it's kind of, this camera doesn't really have a great focus for these sort of videos. I might use my regular digital camera for the next video. But anyways, that's, again, I measured all these things to match the existing. You can kind of see the resemblance. Wait, which way is going? It's like that. So you can kind of see the match the holes. This thing, what I might do is I'll actually make it a little bit bigger, so it's actually even stronger than it is now. But again, all this thing is doing is just stopping the shifter. It's holding it in place. It's not really doing, you're not really grabbing onto this. So it doesn't have to be crazy strong. So anyway, so this thing goes like that. And I'm going to try to put these screws in. like so. Oops, and I dropped it. These screws are so small. You almost need to have like the magnetic screwdriver, which I have here, but it's not one of the best ones. This is like a dollar store type of screwdriver. Alright, so that one goes in there. Trying to show you guys basically how it goes together, but all it is just these 4 screws and that little pin that goes in through the main pivot point of the shifter. So there's the 2 of them that went in right there, right there. So now we just gotta do the other side. So it's this side. And now you'll see basically the reason why this is the 3rd design of the other one. But as you can see already, this one, it sticks out quite a bit. So all I did is I rotated the main shifter. So there's more room here. There's nothing that it can actually get in the way. I could have probably pushed it a little bit more, quite a few millimeters, but I think the way it is now, it's actually fine. Alright, so last screw. There you go. This doesn't have to be really screwed in that hard. Like I said, it's all it's doing, it's holding the shifter in place. And it's basically like a main stop for the shifter. And now we got these 2 magnets. These are really inexpensive magnets you can get on like AliExpress and those like Chinese websites. I think I got like 20 of these for something like 10 bucks. They're really, like, it's earth magnets, they're really strong. These are 20mm by 3, I believe. And all I'm gonna do is basically put one on top, and then another one goes underneath there, that same slot, just like that, clips in. And now the camera focuses, there you go. So now all it is just that shift. That's basically how it works. And you get that crazy, really good tactile feedback. This feels so much better than the original shifter. It's just night and day difference. As you can see, like with just this 3D printed plastic, it works absolutely phenomenal. This is the initial design. This is the newer design. I changed 2 things. You can see here the arm is a little bit skinnier. I put more plastic on this one, just a little more meat. But honestly, there's absolutely zero flex on these, with even just the regular PLA, which I'm really still quite surprised how strong this plastic is and how strong it prints. I could have even gone completely solid here, but I really didn't have to, because it's really strong. I mean, for this sort of application, you don't need to go any stronger. So anyways, that's just basically that. I might do another video when I print it on a black filament, with the black filament and a stronger plastic. And I also have a couple of different projects in mind for the future, so you might be seeing videos in the future on my YouTube channel. But leave a comment down below if some of you have any interest in maybe even buying some of these. I mean, I can probably build these quite inexpensively, and I mean, if there's enough interest of people actually buying these, I probably would be willing to sell them. And because I know there's quite like the mods that I've seen of this sort of shifter, some of them are actually quite expensive, which is the reason why I made my own. Because this probably cost me nothing. And like I said, these 2 of these magnets are basically like 20 bucks, or 10 to 20 bucks for 20 of these magnets. So anyways, like the video and leave some comments, and I would like to appreciate to see what you guys think of these things. And I'll catch you next time. Oh yeah, by the way, I also stream on Twitch platform, so if you want to follow me, I'll leave the link in the description below. So you guys give me a follow. I actually what I stream is usually sim racing games and mostly iRacing, and then you can catch me there live, and then we can have a little chat if you want. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time. Bye.